Hello, community people. It is Friday afternoon and it's getting cloudy, right on schedule. Yeah, what are you going to do, right? 15 out of 17 weekends. Rain. All right, neighbor. So this beer I'm drinking called Narragansett. Swinging around there. Lager. It's from Rhode Island. It's not high end. It's kind of like the Pabst Blue Ribbon of Rhode Island. I'm just mixing it up. All right, now here's Colton at my feet. Crazy guy. A little ZZ Top right now. Yeah, this is one you don't hear a lot. It's a track called Thug. Let's see, side 2, track 2. ZZ Top. All right, I'm gonna turn that down. You know, the copyright thing, blah, blah, blah. All right, let's get this off here. Little Friday cheers, my friends. So yeah, I got a couple things going on. So this Friday cheers with a couple other things. Keep it interesting, right? So yeah, number one, I got some mail the other day. I'm gonna do the back because I want everybody to see where I live or where my friend that sent this lives. My buddy JT, JT's Record Room, the man from Nevada. That's all I'm going to say. You all know him, JT's Record Room. I'll leave a link to his latest shopping spree. Here's Colton saying a Friday hello. Friday cheers from Colton. So yeah, I mean, this is I think the third, second or third from JT. I'm sorry, I can't remember. The guy's so generous, it's hard to keep up. So I'm not like Mike over at Mike's Got the Spins with the... Can't do that. Just some low-end scissors. Colton's chewing on the tape. Nice snack, Colton. Let's see what we got in here. Look at this. Professionally packaged by JT in his record room, I'm sure, in Nevada. Great state of Nevada. Ah, yes. All right. Put that down. Bubble wrap. Oh, and there's a note in here. Right on. All right. Hello, Mike. I skipped Bruce East Street Shuffle since you already have it, and added some British folk and a popular West Coast band along with the Promise record. Today is my 3rd year since I started making YouTube vids. I know, I saw that anniversary, JT. Congratulations. It'll be my 3rd coming up in March. The time flies, right? Colton's chewing on this box. Jeez, Colton. All right. Oh my God, Steel Eye Span. So I know Steel Eye Span. I don't know this record. This would be the British folk that JT speaks of. So yeah, nice gatefold on the inside. I will listen to this evening. Yeah, there's a nice sleeve. So yeah, I'll do a follow up on my thoughts on this in my, one of my coming videos. But yeah, this is beautiful. This looks to be in excellent condition. Steel Eye Span, Parcel of Rogues, the name of this record right here. All right. So let's see on the inside. Label these guys wrong, is it? That's Chrysalis. I love that logo on the green. See the Chrysalis thing there? Really cool. Thank you again, JT. Little Steel Eye Span. That is the first of my collection, but I am positive I will dig that because I do like me some British folk. All right, we'll get to that after. Put that down. Looks like Greg Kihn. Yes, it is Greg Kihn. This might be his debut. I don't know a whole lot about Greg Kihn. I know he had the big hit in the 80s. But yeah, I think actually, who was it? Oh, geez. Mark over at Twanger's Turntable. I think he just showed a Greg Kihn album, and that got me thinking. I hadn't thought of Greg Kihn in a very long time. So this is from 1978. There's the band on the back. There's Greg Kihn right there with the guitar. So yeah, very cool. All right. Some more Dave Mason. So this is 3 Dave Mason albums in the last 2 months. And it's JT had recommended Dave Mason. I'm a huge Traffic fan, but Dave Mason was only on the first Traffic album, and then he split. Great songwriter, still active today. A buddy of mine just saw them. We lived in Huntington Beach, California for a few years, and a good friend of mine that still lives out there just saw him at a venue out there called the Coach House a couple weeks ago. And so yeah, and on this one, great. There's a version of Feeling All Right. That's a Joe Cocker tune. Don't know the rest of these. These must be Dave Mason originals, but yeah, looking forward to that for sure. There's Dave right there on the front. The name of this one called Head keeper. Again, these all look like they're in excellent condition. So again, JT's Record Room. I am going to, of course, as the saying goes, leave a link in the description for JT's latest video. He does a lot of really cool thrifting. Goes to this place called Bill's Garage, and it is literally, it's a garage where he goes in and he picks and he finds a lot of good stuff. Sounds like my local record store. And I was just talking to JT the other day on the phone, just saying, yeah, look, Bill's Garage, if you put it in a brick and mortar, that's the store I go to where nothing's priced. You just got to dig, and hopefully you come up with some gold, right? So again, thank you, JT, for that VCLT. And yeah, that was awesome. So that's kind of part one of the videos, a little Friday cheers. Part two is that VCLT, I'll spit that out. And part three, I was just watching Gary from Physical Format Rock and Roll. He did this video. I thought it was kind of a neat thing. It was from the great Chris Propfe. He's musically obsessed. Apparently he's getting treatment for this condition. Yeah, it's hard to get over being musically obsessed, and I'm kind of there myself. But yeah, the idea was to show the first heavy metal album that you can kind of remember buying. And I'm weird like that. I can remember a record I picked up, where I bought it, for the most part, mostly my brand new purchases, because I remember certain stores that I used to frequent at that time. You know, when you're coming up into high school, and then if you went to college, you had your favorite spots where you went, and when something was new, you were buying it on record, and then CDs, of course, came in. But anyway, I'm getting off track. So anyway, this right here, yes. So they say, what is it? Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery, or something along those lines. So I was watching Gary's video, and I'm watching the first part. He's talking about Black Sabbath, and I'm like, nah, I didn't buy any Black Sabbath back then. I have some now, but I didn't, not back then. So like you've heard me say before, my middle school years was like a lot of Kiss, Journey, and then I started getting into the Who in 8th grade. But in 8th grade, there was a station, because I grew up in Eastern Ontario. So my dad hooked up his receiver to the cable, and you'd get, well, the TV cable I'm talking about. And so this, I'm talking, again, this is like 1980, 81. So you could pick up FM stations from further away. So Syracuse is about, that's probably a 2.5 hour car ride south, because where I grew up was right on a border town with upstate New York in Ontario, like I said. So I'd listen to the station 94 Rock, and at the time they would play like Iron Maiden, Molly Hatchet, Judas Priest, right? Not early Judas Priest, but the album I'm going to show. And like I said, imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. And I immediately thought of this. And then Gary showed his copy. Of course, he had a copy on vinyl. I did have a copy on vinyl from way back then. But it's funny, from that period of my life, like middle school up through high school into college, I got wiser as the years went on and quit lending records to friends, because sometimes you'd move at the end of the year in college and go back, and then you wouldn't get your stuff back or whatever it was, right? So I think that's what happened to my original copy of British Steel right here that I'm holding. So this came out in 1980 on CBS Records. I always loved the logo. It's really cool. I'd like to get a poster of that someday for my room here. I just love it. Revisiting this, looking at that cover art. Yeah, and Gary mentioned in his video, he thought initially it looked like a punk cover, and it kind of does. But then it's got the metal blade, right? And I think there was actually a record label called Metal Blade, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm not a huge, as those of you that watch my channel regularly, I'm not a heavy metal enthusiast by any stretch. I went through a little phase. Early high school, I listened a bit, but then it was mostly alternative, new wave for me all the way. At that point in my life anyway. But I do love this album. Front to back, every track. Breaking the Law kicks it off. So funny story about that song. Yeah, so I had my 50th birthday party. That was 5 years ago. I'm aging. Now everybody knows how old I am. Doesn't matter. Who cares? So on my 50th birthday party here, we had a big party in the backyard, and had a big karaoke machine, and a guy was here running it, and it was a whole deal. Yeah, it was great. So anyway, I jumped up there on the deck, and I did a version of Breaking the Law. Maybe I'll post a piece of that for you guys in another video. It's pretty entertaining. It's pretty off key, but I was also pretty drunk. So it was my 50th birthday. So what are you going to do? It was a good time. So anyway, I'm talking about this, and it's Breaking the Law. Sorry, I'm talking about British Steel. And from that, yeah, a little side trivia. There's Mark Wahlberg. So if you've ever seen this film, it's called Rockstar. It's really good. It's loosely based on the story of when Rob Halford left Judas Priest before he came back. If you don't know the story, look it up. It's pretty entertaining. There's Mark Wahlberg on the back, and the band in the movie is a fictional band called Steel Dragon. There he is on the front. So yeah, and there's it's Jennifer Aniston played the girlfriend right there. There she is, looking very 80s. So yeah, that's just a little side trivia. But yeah, so the thread, show your first heavy metal album you bought right here. Grade 8. I remember going into Sam the Record Man, laying down like $6 or whatever it was at the time. Got my copy of it, and unfortunately I don't have my original, but I do have this. And here's something else I have. This is really good. I just thought I'd show this for giggles. It's really good. It's only a CD compilation. This was never on vinyl. It's just the best of Judas Priest, and it's actually a track on here called Living After Midnight. And as you can see, that's track 6 right there on British Steel. So yeah, it's the best of. They're all here. It goes way back to their early years with like Green Manalishi, Victim of Changes. There's a 7-minute live version of that on here. And I want to show the inside here because they really did a nice job with the liner notes. All these cool shots of the band right here. So there's the man on which I spoke, Rob Halford, lead vocalist. And you have the 2-prong guitar attack of KK Downing and Glenn Tipton. There they are right there. Amazing. I don't even know. I think KK Downing's out now, the current lineup. They're still on it, still on the road. And yeah, so there's, what's his name? Ian Hill on bass right there. That's a nice shot of him right there. So yeah, check out that movie Rockstar. I mean, man, it's no folklore. It's pretty much based on a story about Judas Priest and Rob Halford and what went on. See, it's a really great movie. I really enjoyed it. And that's an MGK movie recommendation tied into music. So what are you going to do there, right? So, yeah, that's going to kind of wrap up today's video. I don't have much else to say. I'm going to do a part 2, though, of my recent finds in September because I had so much stuff to go through. I got another 10 or 12 records I'm going to show. So, like I said, it's going to rain this weekend. So I'll probably just knock out that other video. Yeah. Colton, you want to say goodbye? Colton, yeah. Here, bud. Here's Colton. All right. Yeah, he's not into it right now. All right. Check out. It's Friday. Whatever you're doing, I meant to say cheers, not check out. Don't check out. It's too early in the night for that. And I'll see you next time. Another video. Thanks again, JT.